Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Awesome Finds. Now today I'm featuring relatively new music. Almost all of these I'm going to showcase for you today are new releases or recent reissues of older albums. Also, the first couple were sent to me by viewers like you, which is always cool, so I want to showcase those first. So this first record was sent to me by a viewer named Sasha from Germany, and the album is called Lonely City by Specifics, and this is a 2013 vinyl pressing of an album that originally came out in 2004. I believe they only made 300 of these. I put it on and I absolutely love this. Thank you so much, Sasha. This is exactly the kind of hip hop I love. So he even included a letter here, and he describes it as jazzy, chill hip hop with a little bit of angst. That's exactly this record. And Sasha, in addition to sending me that, he also sent me this awesome candy bar, candy square, chocolate square. I'm not sure how you say this, how you would describe this. He said he was shocked to find out that Americans don't know about this or have never had this, and I am both of those. So I'm gonna open this puppy up and see what it tastes like, all the way from Germany. Wow, okay, this looks pretty intense. Holy cow. That was really good. You know, the inside, here we go, chocolate reviews by the Vinyl Geek. The inside is almost the consistency of like coconut you would find in traditional American candy bars, but sweet and almondy, which is marzipan. Wow, and the chocolate's excellent, which, go figure, it's way better than American chocolate, by and large. This is great. Thank you so much, Sasha. Thank you so much for this album and for this candy bar, candy square. This is so good. This is totally what I need. You put this album on, chill out, have some chocolate. Now his next two records come from a viewer named Salvador. He lives in San Diego. He was awesome enough to send me these two. The first one is Derek and the Dominos' Layla classic album. I love Bell Bottom Blues. Such an amazing song. And this is a very curious edition of the album. I don't have one like this. It's got a very high gloss to it. Always great to have this album on hand. And I didn't think he could do much better, but then he ones up himself by sending me the score by the Fugees. Holy cow. Thank you so much. This is a fantastic album, and you have no idea how much this album means to me personally. This came out right about the time I was transitioning into high school, and that summer I went on a European trip, and I was with a bunch of other high school kids, and someone had a portable CD player with this album, and we must listen to this so many times, so I always associate this music with that. And beyond that, this was one of those pivotal albums. At this time in my life, I was transitioning from listening to a lot of classic rock into new music, what's happening now. I was getting into Green Day, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, all that, but then this album comes out and I'm like, whoa, I like hip hop? What? Really? And yeah, I did. And this is just such a great album, and I've never actually owned it before, which is a travesty, I know. But now I do, and sitting down listening to the whole thing, it was really cool to realize how much effort they put into creating this into a concept album of a film. You get this very Goodfellas-esque cover. On the inside, you get some cool photographs of the band doing their thing with Lauryn Hill. On the back, you get very much like the bottom of a movie poster, right? I just thought that was really cool. And beyond that, there is some classic songs on here, Ready or Not, No Woman, No Cry, Fuji La. I mean, the whole thing is just a must own. So thank you very much, Salvador. I really appreciate this. Now, these next two albums are up and coming bands, local area, LA area bands. First up is Anchor and Bear with their album Ahoy. These guys reached out to me saying that they recorded this whole album on 16-track analog tape, and they recorded it all live where everyone could see each other, live instruments, live singing. This is all self-produced. I believe this is their debut album. I could be wrong on that, but overall, the best way I can describe the music is your ideal first date. This is, in musical form, how you want your best first date to go. That person you fall in love with. This music is a soundtrack to those moments. It's just happy, bubbly, feel-good music. So if you guys think that might be up your alley, be sure to check them out. Up next, we have Gateway Drugs. Funny story about this band. I actually met them in person. I was working a gig at a gallery, an art gallery down in Beverly Hills, and I saw this record for sale inside one of these glass cabinets. I'm like, oh man, that'd be so cool to get one of those. I wonder what that sounds like. I've never seen a record at an art gallery. This could be really cool. Plus, it was on white vinyl. Turns out, at the end of the night, I started talking to these young guys, Gabe and Noah. They were telling me about their band, Gateway Drugs. I'm like, wait a minute, is your band's record in that gallery? They're like, yeah. This is our dad's gallery. Turns out their dad is Prescott Niles, the original bassist for the Knack. Yeah, the My Sharona Knack. So they formed a band, Gabe, Noah, and Liv. They're all siblings, 2 brothers and a sister. Anyway, I talked to them and they ended up giving me this record, which was awesome. It is called Magic Spells. It's from 2015. It comes on white vinyl. Be sure to check these guys out. Gateway Drugs. They are kind of garage rock, post-punk, heavy, crunchy guitars. It's really good stuff, guys. Check them out. Okay, so the last batch of records, I'd say about half a dozen or so, all kind of came from various places, some auctions, and others came from Goodwill. So it's kind of a mixture. Some I paid more than others, but for the most part, I think I got a pretty good deal on them. First up, we have Koko Birds, Don't Bring Your Boyfriends from 2013. I didn't know what it was. It came on colored vinyl. I looked on the back and it's from Feed Bands, which is a monthly record service where you get to vote on your favorite band to have, I think it's your favorite unsigned band to have their record released onto vinyl. Each month it's a different selection of bands and whoever gets the most votes gets their record pressed on the vinyl. And overall, I was pretty impressed. I thought this band was really good. Okay, so this next album is one of those ones where you go, why did I buy this? So this is the soundtrack to Pitch Perfect 2. Now, full disclosure, I've never seen any of the Pitch Perfect movies. Suffice it to say, they don't appeal to me purely because it reminds me of Glee, and I'm not a huge fan of Glee. There's just something about that style of singing and taking apart songs and mashing them all together and performing them just reminds me of my worst memories of high school. If that makes any sense. So obviously I'm not the target audience for this, but it was on vinyl. I was like, you know what? I'll check it out. And gotta be honest, I did not like this. It was like being stuck on a really long road trip with someone with a short attention span who keeps changing the radio station after 30 seconds and at the same time singing along. That's kind of how this was like. It was very annoying to me. And again, I haven't seen this film. I would probably like it more had I seen this film if I was more of the target audience for this, but by and large, oh my gosh, stay away from this. I think that kind of goes without saying, but in case you were curious, yeah, I wouldn't go into this. I'll probably end up selling this, maybe try to make my money back. We'll see. It definitely was not my cup of tea. But what was my cup of tea, Justin Timberlake's The 2020 Experience. This is a gatefold, double LP. I like the white and gold they got going on here. This is from 2013. It was good, man. I like Justin Timberlake. I had never actually listened to an album of his, and this was pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like on par with Thriller, but you know, it's a good medium. It's good for new music, I would say. Then I picked up Sky Ferreira. I think that's how you say her name. And this is Nighttime My Time from 2013. This is a gatefold, which is always nice. It's a single LP. This album, it was good. It's definitely not my favorite. There's a lot of production that goes into this. I feel like the lyrics are written by a young person, so I kind of don't relate to a lot of it, but it's not bad. It's definitely, I don't know if I'll hang on to this forever, but it was a cool listen, and I got a good deal on it, so that's kind of why I picked it up. Not because of the nudity there. Nope. Then I picked up this at Goodwill, actually, for $1. This is Hoppa, A Good Woman Is Hard to Find. This is not an album. This is actually a 12-inch EP, and I think it's only got 5 songs on it. It's from 2011. I dug this record, actually. It's got a little bit of a poppy vibe to it, almost an indie rock poppy vibe. And funny enough, the digital download code still worked, so I was able to download it. Crazy, right? Last up, oh my gosh, guys. I was blown away when I found this. Near mint condition, Haim, however you want to say it. Days Are Gone from 2013. Oh wow, this was such an amazing find. I got a really good deal on this. Actually, no, I didn't get that great of a deal on it. I think I paid probably $20 for it, but that's with shipping. So it was totally worth it because I love this album. These girls are rocking it. And I'm sure you've already heard this album, you've made your opinion, but I absolutely love it. And what's interesting is that this is actually a European edition. I really wish these girls all the success. I can't wait for their follow-up album. But this one, man, this is one of those instant classics. One of those albums that that you remember the first time you heard it, or at least heard one of the tracks off of it. But let me know what you guys think. Do you like Haim? What do you think about the other records? Really would like to know. Well, that'll do it for this week. I want to thank Sascha, Salvador, Anchor and Bear, and Gateway Drugs for hooking me up with those albums. That is really awesome. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I am your Vinyl Geek, and I'll catch you on the flip side.